Welcome back to the Real Estate 401k Show. I'm your host, Mike Weinstein, alongside Ryan Gerdes. And all week long, Justin Frederick has been MIA. We hammered him enough on Wednesday, so we're just going to let Friday just slip by.
That's not any fun.
Okay. Well, how do you want to make fun of him?
Well, I mean, we could talk about his rosy red cheeks, and
And the fact that he's actually like part Neanderthal.
Ooh, yeah. So, little known fact. Justin Fredericks has 9% Neanderthal. And as much smack as we talked last week about him, or earlier this week about him in golf, I've seen him put together some golf games where he will blast a 6-iron like 275.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's insane how far he can hit. If he's on his game, that dude can smash a golf ball.
You know, and you know how you always make jokes for, when people hit into the homes. Oh, yeah, you hit it 3 streets over. Like, I've actually seen Justin hit the ball, pull the ball 2 to 3 streets over.
Oh, for sure. And they go through the house, not in the house.
All right, in the news, we always like to talk about celebrity real estate in Arizona. This just came through the wire, which we don't have a wire. It just makes me sound cool.
Well, you put those notifications on from all real estate.
It just sounds cool. That just came through the wire. All right, San Francisco Giants star pitcher Logan Webb recently purchased a contemporary casa in Paradise Valley, Arizona for $6.6 million. This home has 4 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, and nearly 6,500 square feet. So when I read this, I thought, oh, okay, so Logan Webb got traded to the D-backs. Nope. This is just close to a spring training facility, and so this is going to be his little off-season getaway.
I'm happy for him.
Yeah,
sits on an acre over there by Camelback Mountain in Paradise Valley. That's a good little spot.
All right, we just want you to know what celebrities are doing and athletes are doing, and man, we know how to get our hands on these types of things. So go ahead and just text the word sports to 623-AZ-RECON if you want to learn how to buy and compete with a major league ace. Where you guys?
Sinker ball.
It's the sinker ball.
Yeah, the sinker ball.
Did you ever pitch?
Nope. So my brother pitched, and so I was always the first baseman. I'm left-handed, and I can hit, but I cannot hit the broadside of a barn. I'm just so inaccurate with throwing a baseball. And so the coaches, because he's a couple years older than me, I'm playing freshman ball, and they're like, "Oh, you're a Gerdes. You must know how to pitch," because my brother had a mean fastball and I had good movement on it.
Like that with my brother. They're like, the teacher, "Oh, you're a Weinstein. You must be smart." I'm like, "Nope." Well, your brother was. Well, nope.
Nope. You got the wrong guy. So anyhow, they put me on the mound for a week, to practice, and I'm just like, I don't know why we're doing this. This is just. You're going to figure out very quickly what I already know, and that is that, I might kill somebody because I can throw it hard, but I'm not going to put it anywhere near the strike zone, and if I do, it's on accident. And so pitching coach was working with me, and then they're like, all right, Ryan, you're starting today as pitcher. And I'm like, this is
madness.
This is terrible. Yeah, I beamed like the first 2 hitters, and then I walked the third, and then the fourth one got up there, and he got a single off of me, and so I look over at the coach. I'm like, "Are we done here? Can I go back over to first base? What's going on?" So that is the beginning and the end of my pitching career. So the short answer is no, I am not a pitcher. I know you are.
I was. Let's just be very careful. Yeah, I was. I never could throw a sinker ball because sinker ball. Especially at a young age, put so much stress on your elbow. So my main pitch was the split finger fastball because I couldn't throw very hard. So I had to dirty it up. I had to throw some good junk.
I like it
because I top out at 88. I wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, no, I was the 3 or 4 batter and the first baseman, and I could catch anything you threw at me. It would be in the dirt, wherever. I was a vacuum cleaner.
I'd be lucky to hit the school zone mile per hour.
No, I could
range at this point.
I could bomb him.
All right. Also in the news, Ryan, and I guess in just full disclosure for our listeners, you have to take note that we are not doing this podcast live, so we pre-record these.
Is that why you've been drinking the same Burger King?
Oh, by the way, yeah, this is called product placement.
Is it?
Yeah.
How much are we? How much is Burger King paying for?
Well,
paying
I'm
us on
trying
this
to build it up.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to build
All
it
right,
up.
all right, all right. Go for it.
Because when Burger King sees that and sees our 18 followers, they're going to be like, "Oh man, we're cutting these guys a check." So I say that because by the time this episode airs, things could change. Doesn't look like it's going to change, but you never know. A week's a long time. But at this point, there's just been a long battle for the Arizona Coyotes, trying to find a permanent home. It started at the Los Arcos Center down in South Scottsdale. They tried to get some land and develop something over there in Tempe at one point. I think there's a third location. And they are moving as of right now.
They're trying to get another spot over on the north side, over by your neck of the woods.
Yeah, and that mayor in Scottsdale said, "Nope, we don't want you," because of water and because of this and because of that. That's going to be another topic for another day. I feel like the city of Scottsdale politically is turning into a little bit of like California, just craziness. But yeah, and so he retracted, but at first he let the Coyotes know, "Yeah, we don't want you. We're not going to support this." And it's still a possibility because the land that they're seeking is going to auction. But as of right now, everything that I read and every indication show dictating that the Arizona Cardinals next season are likely to be in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Mm-hmm. Well, so let's say in the unlikely event they stay and they build a massive arena with, because right now no one is getting a new arena unless they have like a whole entertainment district attached to it, right? Like they're basically saying, "Hey, look, we want this, and it's going to include hotels, restaurants, nightlife, etc." Right? Because like that seems to be the growing theme on professional sports here. Let's just say that happens, right? How many times a year are you going to go to a Coyotes game?
Well, are you asking me personally?
Yes, personally.
Oh, I would probably say I'm good for one game a year right now. Okay. Because a good friend of mine's got season tickets, and so I go once a year. But it's a hassle for me personally because I live in Scottsdale, and I got to now drive all the way to Glendale, and it's not that far, but I don't know. It just seems like a hassle. But if it was up the street from me, I might be down for 3 to 4 games because I enjoy taking my kids to the games, and I enjoy watching hockey. Okay, now you're getting me on a rant.
Okay.
This is why I hate hockey, though. Okay, this drives me, and I get into this argument and this debate with all my friends that are avid hockey fans. When I'm watching a football game and the referee blows a whistle, he gets on the microphone, explains what happened, how many yards, and so forth, and I get it. In hockey, they just blow the whistle. People move around, people do things, and I don't know what's happened. I still don't know what icing is. I thought icing is like when I spray ice into your face. And so you watch and you follow a hockey game, and unless you really know, you have to Google it to understand it and learn it.
Well, that's definitely part of my issue, but that has nothing to do with the game itself. That has to do with my naivety of the game itself.
And facts.
Right? And so I think that I would have had a hell of a time, or a hell of a good time with hockey if when I was a kid they taught it to me, because we had to have PE, we had to have recess and all these things to go have sports involved, and they taught everything but hockey, and it's a huge professional sport. So I get it. We don't have a hell of a lot of ice here in the greater Phoenix area, but we do have rollerblades, right? So if they would have taught us how to do roller hockey or something when we were kids, I think I would have had a hell of a lot more passion for it. But that's not why I don't go. I don't go, quite honestly, because I think it's jobbing.com arena. Was it still called Jobbing?
I can't keep up with these name changes.
Yeah, because that's where the Coyotes originally were, out in Glendale, over there at the Westgate Entertainment Complex. Jobbing.com arena. There was there was no redeeming quality. The seats were uncomfortable. It was just kind of like you couldn't really get a good view unless you were up close to the ice. The concessions were just whatever. There was no real excitement or anything that the venue offered. So I think that I would go if they did have a better venue for that. I think even Footprint, that's downtown, has a better venue which is, how old is Footprint? It's got to be 25 years old, 30 years old.
Well, that's the problem. Is
right?
all these teams now, everything's got to be new. Everybody wants new.
I'm not saying new. I'm saying Footprint's 25, 30 years old.
Right.
And is actually a good place. Now they do have, everything that downtown offers, and so they do have all the entertainment, so you can go do fun stuff before and after, right? But I do like Westgate. I think that Westgate is a good place to go out on a date or take the kids or whatever, right? So I think that it has that going on for it. I just don't know why they don't go over there and just remodel it or do something to make it a little bit more, easy to watch the game and more comfortable.
Are you talking about Footprint, or are you talking about
Jobbing?
Glendale? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, the reason that they want to move is they do struggle with attendance, because I'm complaining about driving from Tatum and Bell to get to Jobbing. That's really, at the end of the day, not a big deal. When you're in Glendale, and it's not where they really wanted to be, and you got a huge fan base in Chandler and Gilbert and Mesa, and you got a weeknight game, that's no fun.
No, it's
that's
not
a
happening.
long ass haul
Right.
in traffic.
Not going to happen.
At least with the Cardinals, well, they suck. But with the Cardinals, for the most part, you're traveling on Sundays. There's no rush hour. It's always game traffic, and so. Anyways, I don't even know. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. I have no idea where we're taking this or where we're going with this.
We're just talking about sports here in the greater Phoenix area. So that's I think it's on a good note. I think that I think we're gonna have a good season with the D-backs, and so excited about that. The Suns are struggling a little bit, but they're still.
I know where we can take it.
What's that?
Because you always think in terms of opportunity and money. Okay, so knowing that the Coyotes, I don't think there's a chance that they're going to be in Jobbing Arena next year. Knowing that,
well, they're not. They're in ASU. That's where they've been playing this whole season.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. No, they told them to pound sand,
Okay.
and they've been playing over the last part of last season.
I am
and then
glad
all
I
this
didn't
season.
show up for a game.
Oh yeah.
But okay, so how does that take into effect? And you're now you're out in Glendale. Let's say they are still there, they're moving, and what's the opportunity when it comes down to real estate? How closely are you taking a look at this, and how are you analyzing the potential opportunity in the event that they do lock up this land up north Scottsdale? You can't commit any money until it's finalized, but how does your brain think in terms when talking with investors?
Well, in terms of investors, I think earlier this week we talked about how over particularly in North Scottsdale, there's a lot of people that are transplants over there. Most of those are not natives. And so I think that it's going to be a huge opportunity for not necessarily Coyotes fans, but if you're a Red Wings fan, or if you're a Bruins fan, or if you're Avalanche or whatever, and they come over here to play, I think that there's going to be a good turnout for those folks, and I think that they're going to be happy to spend some money. I think that there could be great opportunity there, and I think that there's, for the teams that travel well, I don't think a lot of them think that, boy, would I love to go out to Glendale, Arizona, and go get an Airbnb or stay at a resort there, or play golf, because, it doesn't offer a whole bunch. But if they're like, oh, North Scottsdale, I would travel for that. I think that we would get a lot of people coming here and bringing money here to go to a hockey game and at the same time entertain their family or go golfing or maybe take a little day trip up to Sedona or something like that while they're here. I think that there is some opportunity there.
All right, I know a lot of our listeners, and if you really take our show serious and you want to have some fun, definitely hop on our different social media outlets and just check out all the trollers and the comments. We find a lot of great entertainment from
Oh, yeah.
that. I just know that a lot of you are getting ready to rip me to shreds for my lack of hockey knowledge and Coyotes knowledge. So just keep it to yourself.
No, dude, unleash on him.
All right, Ryan, it is Friday. And you got some buddies, love barbecue, and they want ribs. Where are you going?
So I think you know what I'm going to say.
I don't.
I'm taking them to Little Miss.
Okay.
Yeah. Little Miss actually, well, so between Little Miss and Pork on the Fork, those are my two favorite barbecue spots. But the ribs over at Little Miss, they're for sure. As far as going to a place and buying them from a restaurant, that's my favorite place. But you know, the cool thing about like what's really going on here is the fact that everyone has smokers now, and it seems like everyone's like competing against each other and coming up with these different recipes and whatnot. So I know a lot of people that make ribs that are even better than Little Miss, but yeah, as far as a restaurant goes, I'm going to Little Miss.
Little Miss has definitely got incredible ribs. Best part about Little Miss is it's generally always a long line, but they also have a bar next to the line, so you order a drink, stand in line, and drink. But I'm a beef rib guy. Like I love pork ribs, but
yeah, I'm a pork rib kind of guy.
So when it comes down to beef ribs, and I know it's kind of a little bit of a chain, I'm telling you, my favorite beef ribs in the entire state of Arizona is Dylan's Barbecue.
Oh,
I don't necessarily think they got the greatest overall barbecue in the state. I wouldn't put they're not going to win any awards against Little Miss or Pork on a Fork, but their beef ribs, they call them the Brontosaurus ribs. I just can't get enough of them.
Did you ever? I think we've had this conversation before. Did you ever go to the Beef Eaters when it was still around?
Oh, it sounds familiar.
It's over off of Camelback and like whatever.
I think so.
Like,
that was a long time ago,
like
though.
3rd Avenue or something like that. Yeah, so we used to go there Sundays after church, and they would do the all-you-can-eat beef ribs. And I remember as a kid eating just like a dozen of them, which, you know, for a kid, that's quite a bit. And these things are massive.
Yeah.
And they had the best damn barbecue sauce, and we would just tear those things up. We'd take your sides, take the whatever else. We're just having ribs. But
All
yeah,
right,
we
if
just
you
tear
are
those up.
traveling to Arizona, you're welcome. We've just turned you on to some of the best ribs out there. But I do want to say, if you're looking for that overall, like, eclectic, like, I want the best overall barbecue experience, I'm with you. Little Miss Barbecue or Pork on a Fork. I would hit those two. If you're coming into town and saying, I got Brontosaurus ribs on the brain, then Dylan's. All right. Well, thanks for checking us out today. If you'd like some more information just about overall investment strategies, investing in Arizona and understanding the nuances and how different major events such as the Arizona Coyotes departing and heading to Salt Lake City and how that affects the investment landscape. We'd love to have that conversation with you. All you got to do is text the word sports to 623 AZ Recon. That's sports to 623 AZ Recon.